I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that.
That lawnmower, that's that.
Gervonta does have a very athletic speed, quick reflex style. So you've got to sort of pressure intelligently. But while I have said in the past, and I still believe this, that Roach doesn't have that special thing, like where he's got really fast hands or a really powerful punch.
Lamont Roach seems worried after seeing Gervonta Davis's intense new training video before their rematch. Roach said that watching the footage made him realize he has to work harder and train with more focus this time. He also admitted that Gervonta fought really well in their first match and threw the strongest punch of the fight.
How many rematches have you fought?
0.
What do you have to do to create enough separation where this don't happen again?
Whew, that's a good question. It's going to be based on my training camp. I have to push myself a little harder if that didn't get me the win. And I have room. I definitely have room. I'm not going to lie, I have room.
You believe you fought the best Gervonta, or do you think he got some more gears?
100% full fact. I think he might have some more gears, but I fought the best Gervonta that night. I don't want people to get it misconstrued or whatever the case may be. He's a hell of a fighter. Hell of an IQ, great punching power, good speed, and a really good boxing ability. A lot of people underrate that. Don't think because of what I did, y'all think y'all can just go in there and think y'all can have the same night, you know what I'm saying, or do the same thing. He still will go upside your head and crack you, and you know what I'm saying, you might end up on the floor. Everybody not built the same, and that's what people getting messed up. He did a whole lot of things that was good in that fight, a whole lot. And I'm telling you right now, if he wasn't as good of a fighter as he was, that would have been, you know what I'm saying? I would have steamrolled. Don't get that misconstrued. He's still the guy he is. It's just he ran into a guy that's on the same level.
Gervonta Davis is training harder than ever for the rematch. He's determined to prove the doubters wrong and show he's still one of the best. With strong focus and discipline, he's working to fix his past mistakes and give a powerful performance that clearly proves he's the top fighter in the ring.
Hold on to the bed. That lawnmower, that's that. Start that motherfucker.
I made the decision of training DC because, you know, I haven't been in the coldness in a minute. I haven't even trained in the coldness in a minute. So I feel as though this will help me. I'm from Baltimore. He's not from DC. That's what I learned. I thought he was from DC too.
Gervonta Davis is fully focused this time. His training camp is serious, and videos show him moving smoothly in the ring during sparring. His footwork is quick, his moves are precise, and his reflexes are sharp. He's not just practicing, he's doing every move with clear intention. With the rematch coming up, Davis knows he can't afford any mistakes. The last fight taught him that underestimating Lamont Roach could cost him. So now he's working harder than ever to improve. Beyond his skill, Davis is training with serious intensity. In another video, he's hitting the sandbag with powerful punches, each one full of purpose. It's clear this is more than just practice. This is personal. Their first fight left a lot of questions and plenty of critics talking. Now, Davis is preparing like someone who isn't just looking to win, but to take control. He wants the rematch to be clear and convincing, and his training shows just how much he wants it. Famous boxing expert Teddy Atlas has praised Davis for his special skills. He admires how Davis stays calm in the ring, never rushing or forcing his punches. Instead, Davis watches his opponent carefully before making a smart, planned move. Atlas says what sets Davis apart is his ability to adjust. He can fight close up, from a distance, or in the middle range. Plus, he has the power to knock out his opponent at any time. This makes Davis hard to predict and even harder to prepare for. Atlas believes that when Davis is focused, he is one of the most complete fighters in boxing today.
He's going to try to get to us, but we're going to frustrate him. He doesn't get frustrated. He takes his time. He's deliberate. You know, a lot of times at the beginning, people thought he was just a seek and destroy missile. They thought he was just a guy that got to you. And they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious. He takes his time. He slowly crosses closes those gaps, you know, inch by inch, step by step, and then he gets to you.
Even after the disputed draw in Davis's first fight with Roach, Rolly Romero stays confident in Tank's skills. He firmly believes Davis is still one of the best pound-for-pound fighters, seeing that result as just a bad night. Romero stressed that one-off night doesn't erase everything Davis has achieved in his career. In his view, Davis's skills and knockout power still make him stand out in the division. He's sure that with the rematch coming, Davis will bounce back and show everyone why he's considered one of boxing's top fighters today.
That people want to discredit Tank Davis, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
What really sets Gervonta Davis apart from many fighters is his natural knockout power. Unlike those who depend just on fast punches or fancy technique, Davis can finish a fight with one strong, precise hit. People have noticed he doesn't have to force things. His power becomes deadly once he gets into a rhythm. On the other hand, Lamont Roach showed great skill and calmness in their first fight, but doesn't have the same explosive punch that Davis has. Many think that once Davis gets going in the rematch, his pressure and power will be too much for Roach and could end the fight early.
Push back because Gervonta Davis is a puncher. So the extra aggression, you have to manipulate it little by little. You know, you have to instigate the extra aggression little by little. You have to get your timing in there. You have to get
my pushback.
And also, this is a southpaw. A southpaw sometimes takes a round or two extra to sort of get their timing, get your distances, because every southpaw is a little bit different. Right now, granted, they know each other, they fought in the amateurs, but it's still a lot of years away. And Gervonta does have a very athletic, speed, quick reflex style. So you've got to sort of pressure intelligently. But while I have said in the past, and I still believe this, that Roach doesn't have that special thing like where he's got really fast hands or a really powerful punch, he still has what I also said in the past, a very good IQ. He's very well trained and very intelligent. His thought process in the ring has a great sense of positioning and a great sense of understanding of where he is in the ring and how to react off that. Could he be a little aggressive, more aggressive? Sure, but you got to keep in mind that you're fighting a puncher who's coming from the southpaw stance and coming from the southpaw athletic angle. Personally, me, especially knowing what has been said about Gervonta behind the scenes for years that nobody brings out, and it kind of brings to light why they keep matching him with 15 and 20 to 1 underdogs. There is a rumor that behind the scenes, the Gervonta, there's a lot of bitch in him. There's a lot of front runner in him. If you push him, he will break, he will fold. It starts to add up because Lamont is from the D.C. area. They kind of know this. They grew up around him. They fought in the amateurs.
His father, who's his coach, has coached Gervonta in fights.
So that thing sort of comes to light where it's been held back from the public with the limited opposition level that Gervonta's fought most.
Boxer Jaron Ennis shared his thoughts on the fight, saying that while Davis didn't control everything, his early rounds were strong. Many fans forget that Davis landed good punches and set the pace at the start. Ennis pointed out that the first fight sparked more talk about Davis's image than his actual skills. The rematch is Davis's chance to silence the critics and prove why he's still a top fighter. For Gervonta Davis, this rematch with Lamont Roach is more than just settling a score. It's personal. The controversial draw in their first fight hurt his pride and raised doubts about his place among the best. Davis knows his reputation took a hit, and he's determined to fix it. This fight isn't just another match. It's a mission. He's training harder than ever, focused on leaving no doubt about his ability.
So I got to ask you about fights. Gervonta Davis, draw with Lamont Roach. People looking at it as controversial because of the whole knee. What'd you think of the fight?
It was a great fight. I had it 7-5 Tank, or you can make it a draw. But I feel like Lamont, he did good. He did a great job, actually. I just don't think he did enough to pull it off. And I feel like people was overlooking what Tank was doing in the first 5-6 rounds. He was boxing and frustrating him a little bit. But Lamont, like I said before, Lamont did a great job.
Yeah, some people had it some people had it Tank, some people had it draw, some people had it Lamont. Do you think Tank gets a lot of criticism for not knocking Lamont out and Lamont not being in big names, so they overblow it?
I think so, yeah. And I feel like people just don't like Tank to a point where any little thing, just because he ain't knock him out, he probably feel as though that he lost and he didn't, or it was a draw. I feel like Tank was doing a lot of smart things in the beginning, moving a little bit too much, but I feel like he was still frustrating him and things like that. And I think Tank did a good job. He looked sharp to me. I don't know. People just be talking. At the end of the day, you can't please everybody.
Davis isn't just trying to beat Roach. He wants to take complete control, send a strong message, and win back the respect he believes slipped away. For him, this rematch is about his legacy, redemption, and proving he's still one of the best in the sport.
We got to talk about it. So Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already notable. But the fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else. And that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing was going to look at them like, I don't want her braiding my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims, got all these receipts that no one needed, no one asked for, saying, oh, this had no grease or oil in it. No one cares. Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments. Should she have remained quiet, or should she have did what she did, which is spoke up? You let me know.
After the first fight, Teofimo Lopez noticed that Davis seemed to lose support from some in the boxing world. The draw raised doubts, and people started wondering if Davis had lost his sharpness. Lopez said Davis isn't just fighting Roach this time. He's also battling the idea that he's past his prime. The rematch will show if Davis can overcome that and regain the fans' trust.
I know a lot of people, look what they did with Gervonta too. I want everybody, all these young fighters that are listening to this, and you could clip this. It's a short part right here.
I got you.
To Ryan could clip this right here. To all you young fighters, look at the amount of love they were giving and sharing to Gervonta Tank Davis prior to the fight. Look at what all the reporters were doing prior to the fight. Look how they were all laughing at all his jokes prior to his fight against Lamont Roach. After the fight, look how many were waiting to down this man. Down him. See, I'm going to talk my smack with Tank, but that's because I want to fight him. That's me. I can say that. But I just want all you young fighters to really look about it. They don't care about us.
Yeah.
They won't ever care about us. When you winning, they're going to be there. But they're waiting for any moment to slip up. Just a man, even a draw, look how much hate he got out of it.
Yeah, not to get deep, but you know, it's a part of our psychology. We have to learn how to care about other people. You know what I mean?
The first fight against Roach was one of the toughest matches in Davis's career. Roach didn't just hold his ground. He fought at a high level and challenged Davis in ways he hadn't experienced before. Many fans noticed Davis having trouble with Roach's timing and distance. The rematch will show if Davis can adjust or if Roach really has the upper hand. Either way, it's a test of strength and determination.
Most notably, I'll just speak about a fight that, we just had with Gervonta Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach. My message to Tank after that fight, it was given a draw. A lot of controversy around Tank taking a knee due to hair banning his face or his eyes, so on and burning his eyes. And, in my opinion, it was a competitive fight. The judges judged it as a draw. A lot of people saying it was rigged, all these different things, so forth and so on. Whatever it may be. The fight is over.
Davis's trainer shared that they knew Roach's skills well before the first fight. Their game plan was careful, but it didn't lead to the result they wanted. Surprisingly, they don't plan to change much for the rematch. Instead, they aim to sharpen the same strategy and perform it better. This shows they still believe in their original plan. They just need to execute it more effectively this time.
By Roach and Tank. What do you think the biggest surprise was in the fight?
It wasn't a surprise because we know Roach. It wasn't a surprise. Roach can fight. A lot of people think because a person is not popular, that they don't exist. There's fighters out there that can rumble. They just got to get the opportunity,
Speaking of rematches, Jalil Hackett is getting his opportunity again to fight the guy that he had a controversial loss to. It'll be happening in Florida, I think, next week?
March 15th, I think.
Let's talk about
I'm rocking a major shirt now.
Major.
Yes, sir.
Tell me, how's that rematch look like, and then what's the difference makers coming into this fight?
The first fight, I thought, everybody thought Jalil won. We just got to turn, hit the gears a little harder. We ain't really got to change too much. Just got to put the icing on the cake, Put the icing on the cake this time, that's all. He did enough to win the last fight, but we was in somebody else's territory,
This time around, being in Florida, do you feel like it's a neutral zone?
Yeah. It's more of an even playing field in Florida.
Okay. Do you feel like he needs a stoppage to win the fight due to what happened the first time?
Not necessarily a stoppage. A stoppage is good, but not necessarily.
Henry Garcia shared a different opinion, suggesting that Davis might have been mentally off during the first fight. The fact that his longtime trainer Calvin Ford wasn't there could have affected his rhythm and preparation. Garcia also hinted that problems outside the ring might have hurt Davis's focus. For the rematch, Davis will need to be fully focused both mentally and physically to get back to his best.
No way you could say Tank won. There's no way.
Do you think that he's diminished in some way, or do you think that just mentally he just wasn't there for the fight?
Well, a little bit of both. His age is catching up to him. His legs aren't there as he used to be. And, he switched his trainer, that's could be another factor.
With Barry Hunter being the head trainer and Coach Calvin being outside.
Yeah, but he snapped at Calvin too. So that's, there was something going on. I really don't know, and I couldn't really speculate on that because I don't know. But I know that something was bothering Tank because Tank is a good fighter and he's out to hurt you, but hey, Lamont Roach stood his ground, and he did a great job.
One of the most debated moments in the first fight came when Davis went down on one knee in the 9th round, but the referee didn't count it as a knockdown. This sparked a lot of discussion, with many thinking it should have changed the final score. The incident only increased excitement for the rematch, as fans and experts want a clear winner without any referee controversies. This fight could finally bring the boxing world the closure it's been waiting for.
All right, man. Listen, it's been a couple of days since that Lamont Roach versus Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And look, you fooled me once, okay? I'm going to let y'all get that. Y'all got that. But come on, man. This was a money fight, clearly, and also clearly Tank lost. I mean, there's no mistaken identity that Roach landed more punches, Tank had a higher percentage, but when we look at the punches and the punching power, it was Lamont Roach 8 rounds to 4. And then if you take in consideration that Tank took that knee, which count as a knockdown. The ref even started counting. I mean, there's nothing even to debate here. If they were tied without them even counting that, if you supposed to have counted that part, he would have actually lost the fight. It's a win for Lamont Roach. Get your bag. Go out there and say you the only person that tied with Tank Davis. But man, if y'all fight, y'all better fight for real. Because this, be real, man.
That's all for today's video. Stay with us and don't miss what's coming next.